To what extent can a son outdo his father? Meet Augustus Caesar, Julius Caesar's son. You may have heard about his father, but if you don't know how equally powerful this emperor of ancient Rome was, then join us as delve more into his accomplishments. Augustus Caesar, usually known as Octavian, was the first Roman emperor. Ruling from 27 BC to 14 AD, he was born into an old and rich horseman branch of the plebeian gens Octavia under the name Gaius Octavius. After his maternal great-uncle Julius Caesar was slain in 44 BC, Octavius was identified as Caesar's adoptive son and successor in Caesar's testament. As a result, he inherited Caesar's name, estate, and the devotion of his legions. To resist Caesar's murderers, he created the Second Triumvirate with Mark Antony and Marcus Lepidus. The Triumvirate divided the Roman Republic among themselves after their victory at the Battle of Philippi in 42 BC and reigned as de facto dictators. The Triumvirate was finally shattered by the members' rival aspirations. Lepidus was exiled in 36 BC and Antony was defeated by Octavian at a Battle of Actium in 31 BC. Augustus restored the apparent appearance of the Free Republic, vesting political power in the Roman Senate, executive magistrates, and legislative assemblies, but maintaining autocratic rule by having the Senate award him lifetime tenure as supreme military commander, tribune, and censor. The apparent rejection of monarchical titles, in which he dubbed himself Princeps Civitatis, first citizen, is paired with his embrace of the old title Augustus, revealing a similar ambiguity in his chosen names. Just before we end this video, we will reveal some more about the corruptive side of Augustus Caesar. Augustus' prominence as the creator of the Roman Empire's first phase has cemented his reputation as one of ancient Rome's greatest leaders. Augustus's ambition could almost be compared to Alexander the Great's. We wonder if they were related in some way. Augustus' reign marked the beginning of a period of relative tranquility. Despite continual wars of imperial expansion on the empire's boundaries and a year-long civil war over the imperial succession, the Roman world was generally free of large-scale strife for more than 2 centuries. Augustus expanded the empire considerably, annexing Egypt, Dalmatia, Pannonia, Noricum, and Rhaetia, expanding his African territories, and finishing the conquest of Hispania, but he suffered a catastrophic loss in Germania. Beyond the empire's frontiers, he established a buffer zone of client states and reached an agreement with the Parthian Empire through diplomacy. It's interesting how Augustus was like a double-edged sword. He could cut through autocracy on one side and diplomacy on the other. As we go along, you will discover that Augustus Caesar, Julius Caesar's son, seemed to be more powerful than him. During his rule, he restructured the Roman tax system, built highways with an official courier system, founded a standing military, established the Praetorian Guard, formal cops, and firefighting services for Rome, and remodeled most of the city. Just like his father, Augustus died under circumstances of betrayal. He died at the age of 75 in AD 14. Persistent allegations, backed up by the deaths of members of the imperial family, suggest that his wife Livia poisoned him. Tiberius, Augustus' adopted son and former spouse of Augustus' only legitimate daughter Julia, succeeded him as emperor. Please subscribe to our channel for exclusive and informative content. Hit the subscribe button now. Augustus Caesar's achievements. Augustus was the first emperor of the Roman Empire and the founder of the Roman Empire. So at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC, Augustus destroyed Cleopatra's and Antony's armies. They were compelled to flee to Alexandria, where they committed suicide after Augustus invaded the city. Augustus Caesar became the unquestioned ruler as a result of this. Again, he was chiefly responsible for the Pax Romana, which lasted 2 centuries. Augustus' powers as the founder of the Roman Empire's first phase solidified his status as one of the greatest leaders in humanity's civilization for the time being. Like father, like son after all. Augustus' reign brought about a period of relative tranquility. Despite continual bouts of imperial expansion on the empire's boundaries and a year-long civil war over the imperial succession, the Roman world was generally free of humongous conflict for more than 2 centuries. In addition to all of this, he began religious changes in order to restore his people's faith in traditional gods. Augustus Caesar observed the results of ancient Rome's long civil conflicts and realized how they had deteriorated the city's morale. Augustus saw the pressing necessity to remind his subjects of the value of religion. He supervised the rebuilding and repair of various temples around his empire, as well as plans to construct others in order to restore Rome's religious glory. His financial reforms resulted in increased trade. Augustus Caesar's financial reforms were important in the Roman Empire's future success. The imposition of the poll tax and the land tax resulted in the empire's expansion, which aided in the rapid rise of trade. Moreover, during Augustus Caesar's reign, tax farming, a Roman practice in which the Roman state outsourced the duty of tax collection to private entities, was discontinued. Tax collection prior to Julius Caesar was delegated to private officials who engaged in tax farming. Extortion was how they filled their pockets. Caesar reinstated an ancient system of allowing cities to collect their own taxes. Instead, Julius Caesar facts indicate that his son established a paid professional imperial tax-collecting bureaucracy under his direct authority. Tax collection corruption was reduced as a result of this. Julius Caesar's son seemed to be a force to reckon with. Do you think he might have inherited this trait from his father? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Until next time, take care.